As I'm filming this, my 110th video for this channel, I think back to the very first vlog I ever did. At the time, I didn't know if I'd continue to do videos 3 years later. Hell, I didn't even know what I was going to say. What I did know was, in actuality, that intro video really wasn't the way I wanted to be introduced to YouTube or to the community. More importantly, I knew for a fact that something was already missing. Pretty big piece. My co-star, Tavia. Ashley. I had plans for the Lucha Lounge. I had this idea of what I really wanted the Lucha Lounge to be. See, the Lucha Lounge actually refers to a place that my friend Paul London and I and a few of our friends would actually hang out. It was a sanctuary for us. It was a place where we could actually talk wrestling, we could watch wrestling, we could be honest about our opinions and feelings about wrestling without feeling any kind of slack or flack. We could talk about promoters, we could talk about other workers, we could talk about ourselves, we could throw out ideas. I liked that concept. I liked the idea of being free and being able to be creative and not having to worry about any backlash. So the Lucha Lounge is a catchy name. So thank you, Paul. Good journey. And really at the time, I mean, YouTube was just booming. It was starting to boom. It was around the time that Lonely Girl 15, it was discovered that it wasn't just a girl and her video camera, that it was actually a production team. But in spite of that, there were people, all kinds of people getting jobs, and regular people just doing their thing, getting lots of views. And that's where Tavia came in. I looked at Tavia and the fact that the camera loved her, the fact that she's a hot girl and she was in the wrestling business and new to it and still a fan of it. I felt like we could generate a lot of views, her and I. Felt we made a great team, made a great duo. I felt in many respects we could be kind of like what Edge and Lita were, except for the indies. We could show us traveling. We could show us, just the quirky stuff that goes on the road. And again, the camera absolutely loved her. And I pitched the idea to her and she loved it. She saw the opportunity, and I think more importantly, she saw this as an opportunity for us to hang out, to spend more time together, get to travel the roads, because I was looking to travel more at this time. She was stoked. We felt it was a good plan. We had talked about filming our very first episode March 17th, 2007. I was going to come down for PCW. We were going to talk about filming before, during, and after the show. I mean, it was March 17th. We were going to throw a big party and have just fun times and show wrestling in a positive light. The next day, I got a phone call that she had passed. And everything changed. Everything. But really, that's not the time and place. Right now is not the time and place. That's probably for my 10 years in wrestling video, which will be my next video that I film. And I'm sure I'll talk about her in depthly. I decided to film anyway. And my first vlog is what you got. Since then, I filmed vlogs. I've put out highlight packages. I've put out matches with Sabu, Hernandez, and Vance Archer. I've introduced the world to IWE. I've done interviews. I've shot promos. I've done Q&As. I've asked the community questions. I've tried to get to the bottom of what makes a woman tick. And hell, I even talked to sex. But, I really want to thank YouTube. They've allowed me the opportunity to reach the masses, reach any and everyone who has a computer or has a capability of getting on YouTube or Facebook or MySpace, mainly YouTube. I'm a partner. It's great. I have a Wikipedia page in large part because someone saw one of my videos, became a fan of my stuff, subscribed to me, and then created a Wikipedia page. I mean, I never imagined that was going to happen. I've done countless interviews, and the Lucha Lounge has kind of become part of my act. And I've enjoyed every second of it. And meeting some of the guys from the community, it's been great. When I met Bill for the very first time, I was really impressed by how respectful he was towards wrestlers, and especially me, and towards what we do, and very polite and very humble guy. And same thing with Doug. Those two guys liked my work, which was great to hear from them. That they subscribed to me early on. Same thing with Slayer. Meeting Slayer for the very first time and saying that he was a fan of my work, not just in the ring, but via YouTube. And I mean, those are guys that really, have a lot of subscribers and whatnot. Calvin A. Hobbs, who first asked me stuff. I mean, the community's embraced me, and I really appreciate every single person within the community that watches my stuff. I know I subscribe to a lot of you. One of the highlights really was WrestleMania 25 weekend. I was at an ROH show. I was standing behind the crowd. Just kind of standing there watching a match, and up comes True Slayer, and then Crazy Mike, then MB Wrestler. Oh, by the way, MB, good luck to you in your wrestling endeavors, man. I wish you the best of luck, and if you ever need anything, you ever need to talk about anything, don't hesitate. But that goes for everybody, man. I had a blast at WrestleMania 25 that weekend at ROH, simply because I was able to talk wrestling with a bunch of guys that I'd seen their work on YouTube and was fans of most of theirs, if not all of theirs. And it's always good to sit around and get to talk wrestling. I mean, I'm still a big fan of it, regardless. So with that, I mean, what's the future of the Lucha Lounge? Well, man, I'm not going anywhere. I enjoy doing the videos. I'm a partner for a reason. I like putting out long stuff at some points. I mean, as far as, when it comes to matches and such. But I'm not going anywhere, man. I enjoy it too much, especially being able to put it on YouTube, Facebook and MySpace, and of course on YouTube. I think I really wanted to try to do more Q&As. If people have questions, I have answers. I definitely want to do more reviews, books and movies and pay-per-views and matches and certain wrestlers and all of that. I definitely don't want to add to the saturation. At the same point, if there's something important to talk about, I'll definitely want to talk about it. I definitely want to put on more matches. I want to put on more interviews. I want to interview more people within the business and even fans. I definitely would like to do kind of a round table discussion with some guys from YouTube, just the community. Actually sit out, have a good time, talk wrestling, really be objective about it, but be passionate about it. So much has changed, since that very first video. My confidence in being in front of a camera and being able to put out videos. I mean, that's stuff that I just learned because I wanted to learn it. I still have fun doing it. And again, like I said, roundtable discussions with people. Definitely want to ask more questions of the community, and I feel like the community as a whole really just needs to come together even more. I personally challenge all of them to make the next step, which is to try to get someone signed to a major deal. And I'm not talking necessarily me. We find a wrestler that everyone can agree has the goods and should be there, and it's not there for whatever reason, whether it be TNA or WWE or even ROH, and get that person actually signed because enough subscribers pay attention and that guy makes enough noise. But that would be my personal challenge. Like I said, I want to be more opinionated, but be respectful with my opinion. I know my next video is going to be, like I said, it's going to be talking about 10 years in wrestling. And I'm very much looking forward to talking about that. I know that video is going to probably be quite a bit. going to have a lot to say with that one. So at this time, I want to thank every single person that's ever watched my stuff. Every single subscriber, all 1,147 of you. All those people that try to befriend me, and 320 something of you. I appreciate everyone who's ever left a comment, ever come by my page, ever looked at a video, ever watched a match of mine. I appreciate it. I enjoy the feedback. I enjoy knowing what people are thinking. And I'm looking forward to having a very long time on YouTube. So again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You do not know how much I appreciate positive feedback or feedback of any kind. Just to know that people are out there actually paying attention to me. So again, I thank you for your time. As I always say, stay cool, stay sexy, stay classy. But you don't need me to tell you that, because you're already all three of those. Because you came to visit the Lucha Lounge. Come back soon. Later.